What's good, my ghouls and goblins? This isn't the real review setup you're used to, right? This isn't the setup I'm used to. It's just me. It's just I got no top goblin to refer to. It's just you and I, kind of intimate, kind of like how it used to be way back in the day on the original incarnation of Really Scared. If you're old enough, wise enough to remember those days. Nope, it's just me, and you could call this a little bonus episode, perhaps a little bonus episode for Really Scared, Halloween. I got a real review because the movie I'm here to talk with you about tonight is Black Box, one of the latest from Blumhouse, the legendary Blumhouse. Actually had the opportunity to participate or attend a virtual screening, a virtual premiere screaming. Wow, I'm making the horror puns without any meaning to. It's just not the same by myself, folks. I get a little nervous by myself. Had the chance to attend a virtual screening, and got to say it was pretty cool. Actually, it's not something you get to do a lot anymore because we live in the bad timeline. Movies don't really get to premiere. They just show up on the streaming service or the website, whatever. You can rent it. Maybe you get it from the Redbox or whatever, but don't really get to go to these events for new movies. So I got to give Blumhouse a lot of credit. They actually did a great job. But I'll hop into the movie first, and I'll talk a little bit about the Welcome to the Blumhouse premiere event. First of all, we got a whole gang of codes for that premiere, so we're actually able to do a little bit of a giveaway. God, I really can't speak by myself. Connor Breed loves my lucky charm, man. I'm missing him. I need to hear him cracking that can and sipping that drink. I can't do it by myself. I got my jack-o'-lantern though, so we'll do what we can. We had a couple codes to give away, so we did a giveaway. Hooked a couple people up so they could watch The Lie. That was the other one that premiered tonight, The Lie and Black Box. So that was really cool. I think we met a couple new folks. If they're checking out this review, shout out to you. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for checking us out. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed your night. So they watched The Lie, our giveaway winners, and I watched Black Box. Black Box is, I believe, the debut feature from director Emmanuel Osei Kuffour, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if I'm not. I believe he did short work up until now. But it is the story of a single father. Well, now he's a single father. He gets in a car accident that tragically he loses his wife and also loses his memories in. And so the film picks up sometime after that as he's trying to work through therapy to recover his memories, recover his sense of self. He has a young daughter, so he's a single father. He has a young daughter, and she is trying to coach him through. Oh, Dad, you think you don't smoke? Why do you have cigarettes in your pocket? You're not a smoker. Things like that, or like trying to remember their secret handshake. Little things like this to try to spark his memory. He doesn't remember when to pick her up from school. Like she's constantly having to help him and clue him in because he just doesn't really remember who he is or what his life was like before this terrible accident. And in a desperate attempt to combat that memory loss and the trauma and recover from it and come back from it, he undergoes this like highly experimental neurological hypnotherapy using a device called a black box, which I guess is to kind of reference like a black box out of a plane, right? Like these indestructible devices that, survive plane crashes and all the recordings and data can get pulled off them. So this thing, the black box, is like this machine he sits in and puts this helmet on, and it stabs deep into his subconscious and puts him in this hypnosis state, this dreamy state where he's traveling through his own subconscious. It's very surreal, and the idea is to try to go back through his memories or dig up memories from the subconscious that he thought he lost forever. And by experiencing them this way, when he wakes up and comes out, he can remember, and he has a better idea of who he is. However, when he goes to the subconscious, deep in this place with the black box, the memories are like about 25% there. It's like living in a fraction of a memory, or like dropping into a nightmare. He can't see these people's faces because he doesn't know who they are. He can't remember them. He's like, there are people around, but their faces are all blurry and it looks really creepy. And worst of all is he's being pursued by what appears to be some sort of doppelganger that chases him through his subconscious memories and is physically violent towards him and attacks him, tries to choke him, it hits him. And usually when it gets him, it's when he wakes up and rips the black box off and comes out of this hypnotic state. That doppelganger, played by the great Troy James, you may not know his name, but as soon as the doppelganger popped up, he's all spindy and he walks backwards on his hands, and there's all these gross bone cracking, popping noises as he moves. I knew, I was like, this is the horror movie contortionist guy, right? I had to look his name back up, Troy James, but you might have seen him as the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark movie. He was, I think, in the newest Hellboy. I know he was in Channel Zero. And if you haven't seen any of the movies, you've probably seen one of the viral videos on Instagram or something where he's walking on his hands and bending at these horrifying angles. But he's this contortionist actor who shows up in horror movies, and there's really no one else that can do what he does. I wonder if the script was written with him in mind, or if that was a happy coincidence. I don't know. You cast a part like that without just going to him. It's kind of like if you having a mocap character, you just go to Andy Serkis. If you're going to have a man disturbingly crawl on his hands and knees and flip around backwards, you go to Troy James. So that was cool. This isn't going to be a spoiler. I guess I should have said this at the top. It's not going to be a spoiler review. This film, as of the time I've recorded this, the film's not out yet. By the time you see this, I'm sure it'll premiere alongside The Lie, because the first two, Black Box and The Lie, are out on the 6th, I believe, and then Nocturne and Evil Eye are out on the 13th on Amazon. Amazon Prime is where those are streaming at. So no spoilers, but I gotta say I dug the movie, and I don't think just because I had the stars in my eyes from being part of this premiere thing. I dug the movie. You know, Blumhouse, I more often love them than dislike them. But there have been some misses, but a lot of hits, but there have been some misses. So I tried not to have my expectations too high for this, and don't know if that helped or not, but I got to say, I liked this more than I expected to. I actually really enjoyed Black Box. It's a very psychological, the visuals aren't too crazy. You know, a lot of it takes place in dreams, but it's not Inception, of course. This isn't a $200 million movie. But even still, what they did creatively in those dream sequences, gosh, maybe I just need to have more to drink. I'm doing this completely sober, and I just had a lot of cookies while I watched the movie. Maybe that's the issue. I'm also very tired. This is the latest I ever recorded anything like this. So these dream sequences, they're creepy. The sound design's good. The visuals are good. The contortion menacingness is good. It reminded me a little bit of the original Jacob's Ladder, which I think I've talked about on Really Scared before, is one of my favorite, I think, underrated horror movies. It's not quite as visceral as Jacob's Ladder. It doesn't have quite the same like monstrous visions and delusions and manifestations and things, but still kind of reminded me a little bit of Jacob's Ladder, which is a great thing for me. That's high praise coming from me, because I love that film. It was good, man. I would recommend it. I liked it. Black Box. The lead actor, again, forgive me for mispronouncing names. Mamadou Athie. He played the main character Nolan. Thought he did great. You know, no spoilers, but there was definitely some nuance and some depth to his character and what that performance calls for. And I thought he did a great job. I saw a lot of people in the live chat, which, by the way, there was a live chat for the screening, which when I realized that, I thought, oh my God, this is a terrible idea. You want to premiere a movie and you're going to let a bunch of strangers talk to each other in a chat room to the right of it. But no, it was pretty civil. It was pretty polite. A lot of people just seemed really excited to have the opportunity to watch this movie. I didn't participate in the chat too much. I prefer to just blow the movie up full screen and enjoy it that way. But anyway, I saw a lot of people in the chat giving credit to the child actor who plays his daughter Ava, Amanda Christine. I saw a lot of people enjoying the scenes that she was in, so she did a good job as well. And to that end, I saw a lot of people in the chat who enjoyed the film. Everybody seemed impressed, and I was one of them. This was definitely a pleasant surprise, a clever story. we're definitely one of those ones you want to go into without getting spoiled first. It definitely is better if you don't know what's happening going in, beyond kind of this base plot setup that I provided. Black Box was cool, and that works as further endorsement to check out these other Welcome to the Blumhouse films. I didn't see The Lie tonight. It was they were playing simultaneously, so you were going to watch one or you're going to watch the other. So I picked Black Box because I was more interested in that one. But I'll go check out The Lie now. I think the plan throughout the month is that we're kind of going to do these. I think we're going to do these real reviews for the Welcome to the Blumhouse movies. The original plan was to do all 4 of them in one episode on the last day of Real-Halloween here on the channel. But we're cooking up something else. We're cooking up some different stuff for Real-Halloween, and I think we'll officially announce that on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday, when we talk about Hoobie Halloween. But we've been making a lot of real Halloween schedule changes, I know. But I assure you it's for the best. We've got something really cool we're about to announce here. Now, in regards to the Welcome to the Blumhouse premiere event, they did a great job, man. Look, I love Jason Blum. All right. There's no bigger name in the game right now. I like Blumhouse. I like Jason Blum. I love his enthusiasm. I love his passion. And I love, I'm sure there's more to it than Jason Blum. But I love the enthusiasm for this event and trying to make it something special. It didn't feel like, let's dump these movies out on Amazon. It felt like a real effort to make this an event, and it felt like one. Even though we were all experiencing it separately from home, virtually. It felt like a communal experience because we were in the chat. I guess that was smart. We were in the chat. I believe the director was in the chat too, which also made me go, "Oh God, I hope everybody's polite." And they were. They seemed like they really liked the movie. But it was cool. The director was in there. And after the movie ended, it was one of the most bizarre things I've ever experienced. The after party was a virtual interactive murder mystery. So all the people that were watching Black Box, all the people who were watching The Lie, then all immediately got transported to the Blumhouse, which was this interactive. It reminded me of a Sega CD game or something. What's that one? Night Trap or something like that, where there's the FMVs playing and you can. But they were live, so they set up this mystery of this girl who had gone missing in the Blumhouse, or she was last seen in the Blumhouse. And now you were there, and there was 5 stories. There were 5 levels that there was a little map in the corner, and you could navigate it and go up and down. And in each room there was it was weird. It's like a virtual haunted house, or kind of a escape room, or kind of like a performative theater thing. And when they were like, "Oh, it's live," I was like, "Okay, it's pre-recorded, but you're just playing it live." And then I was saying stuff in the chat, and the actors were reading out my shit and talking to me. I was like, "Whoa, this is really cool." So you're going from room to room, and each story of the house ties in to each film. So there was a Lie floor and a Black Box floor, an Evil Eye floor, and a Nocturne floor, and you gather. You interact with the actors in them so you can get clues out of them, and you're collecting these symbols that'll eventually, if you can put the code together, it'll grant you access to the attic at the top of the house. And I got to the attic. I'm not going to say I did it completely honestly. I might have asked somebody for help on the code in the chat, but it's kind of cool in that way, because it is possible you can miss stuff, because all the rooms were streaming live at the same time. So you might go in the Black Box room, but something important happened down in the Evil Eye room. So everybody was kind of working together. So I got in the attic, and I don't really know what the conclusion was. I can't tell you. It was very surreal up in the attic. That's all I can say. It was the ending of a Jasper No film. I don't know. It was very weird up in the attic. But all this to say, this was such a cool event. I really appreciate the attempt to make this something special. I think it was successful. I enjoyed the movie. It was cool being able to hook other people up with codes so they could participate. It just felt like the horror community, man. Everybody was just pitching in and having this great time and taking the night off and enjoying something different for a change. God knows we need it. It was great. I'd recommend checking out Black Box. I mean, shoot, check out The Lie. I didn't watch it, but the people in the chat, that I was with seemed to enjoy the lie. The people I saw talking on Twitter, the people that we were able to hook up with some access codes, all seem to be enjoying the film. So I'm definitely going to go watch it as soon as I can, and we'll dive in and do a review, some fashion or another, on the channel, of course. So go check those movies out. Check out Nocturne and Evil Eye when those drop on the 13th. I think they are doing more of these virtual screening events. I think they're teaming up with like 2 like festival runners or something like that. I want to say Fantasia, maybe one of them. I could have that wrong, or Fangoria. I'm not sure if Fangoria still does stuff. I don't know. You would think I'd have. This is the part where producer Matt would pull it up and let me know, or like Connor would have the tab open. But it's just me. It's just me talking to you, so I might mess some things up. But in any case, I think they're doing more of these virtual screening events, and they're doing like Q&As after the films. Even after they premiere on Prime, I think they're doing these special events where they'll do Q&As, or I don't know if they're going to do the virtual murder mystery in the Blumhouse again. I hope so, because it's so bizarre. It's so weird. I took a couple screen caps, and I'll perhaps post those on my Twitter or the Really Scared Instagram, which if you're not following yet, go check us out at Really Scared, just spelled like it is. We got the handle, baby, at Really Scared on Instagram. But yeah, I had an awesome time, man. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the experience. I enjoyed the strange game we all played afterwards. It was great. I love Blumhouse, man, and I loved this experience. So if you can participate in any of these, if they do any of these this month, I couldn't recommend it enough. It was a cool way to spend a freaking Monday night, dude. Who has anything cool going on Monday nights? And watch Black Box for real. That's on Amazon Prime by now, so go watch Black Box. First time feature director, amazing job, honestly. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this guy. I don't know if he's more of a horror guy. I don't know if he's going to do more horror, but either way, I'm going to keep an eye on this director, because I thought he did a great job on this and a really cool story. So go check out Black Box, and you will see me again next Thursday. You'll see me on Thursday on Really Scare when we do our Hoobie Halloween episode. That's right, we're talking about the Adam Sandler comedy. That'll drop on Wednesday night, on the 7th, I believe, on Netflix. So we're going to be watching that Wednesday night. We're going to be talking about it Thursday night. So you don't want to miss that. We don't get a lot of opportunities to talk about Adam Sandler comedies on Really Scared. So check it out Thursday. Check out the announcements we got for Halloween, because we got some really cool stuff coming. And go check out Black Box. Until then, I guess it's been another real review with just me, Taylor Freak. Good night, my ghouls and goblins. Thanks for watching.